What if one single event could change the whole world forever? Welcome everyone to our English learning podcast. Today we will talk about World War I, and at the same time, we will help you improve your English.
Wow, that is a big question. But before we start, I have a joke. Why did the history student bring a ladder to class?
I don't know. Why?
Because the teacher said, "Today we will go deep into history." And the student wanted to climb out if it became too complicated.
That is actually funny. But wait, I have a joke too. Why did the history book look so tired?
I have no idea. Tell me.
Because it had too many problems in its past.
Ha ha ha, okay. That one was good too.
All right, everyone, now let's begin our real conversation. Today we are talking about World War I. But remember, our real goal is to help you learn English while listening to an interesting story.
Exactly. Listening to real conversations is one of the best ways to learn a language. You hear natural sentences, real reactions, and useful vocabulary.
So let me ask you a simple question first. When did World War I start?
World War I started in 1914, and it ended in 1918. It lasted about 4 years.
But those 4 years changed the world forever.
Yes, and many historians say that the war began after assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo.
Right. When he was assassinated, many countries started taking sides. Alliances were activated, and suddenly a regional conflict became a global war.
This is a very useful phrase for English learners. Take sides. It means to support one group or another.
Good point. During the war, there were two main sides, the Allied powers and the Central Powers.
The Allied powers included countries like Britain, France, and later the United States.
And the Central Powers included Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire.
Another interesting thing about World War I is the technology. It was one of the first wars where modern technology was used on a large scale.
Yes, things like tanks, airplanes, submarines, and machine guns changed how wars were fought. Many soldiers also fought in trenches.
That's right. A trench is a long, narrow hole in the ground where soldiers stay for protection. Life in the trenches was very difficult. Soldiers faced cold weather, mud, and constant danger. And sometimes the soldiers stayed in the trenches for months. Imagine the psychological pressure of that situation.
It must have been extremely hard. But let's talk a little about vocabulary for our listeners.
Great idea.
For example, the word alliance.
It means an agreement between countries to help each other, especially during war.
Another useful word is conflict. Conflict means a serious disagreement or fight between groups. Also the word global. When something is global, it affects the whole world.
Very good. Let's continue. World War I truly became a global conflict. Millions of soldiers and civilians lost their lives.
Yes, and the war also changed borders and governments. Some empires even disappeared after the war. For example, the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the Ottoman Empire.
After the war ended in 1918, many leaders wanted to create peace. That is when the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919. The treaty tried to prevent another world war. But unfortunately, history shows that peace did not last forever.
Yes, only about 20 years later, World War II began. But today, our focus is not only history.
Exactly. Our focus is learning English through history.
Listening to stories like this helps learners understand vocabulary, pronunciation, and natural conversation, and also motivation.
Yes, motivation is very important. Learning a language takes time. But if you practice every day, you will improve step by step.
Maybe you learned 5 new words today. Tomorrow, you learn 5 more. After 1 year, you will know thousands of words, and your confidence will grow. So dear listeners, remember something very important. Learning English is not a race. It is a journey, a long and exciting journey.
And every conversation you listen to helps you move forward. Even if you understand only 60% today, tomorrow it will become 70%.
And one day, you will understand everything. That is why you should never give up. Be curious.
Be patient. And most importantly, enjoy the process.
Also, remember something else that is very important for language learners. Listening regularly helps your brain become familiar with the rhythm and structure of English.
Even if you do not understand every word, your brain is still learning patterns and sounds.
That is true.
Many learners think they must understand everything immediately, but that is not necessary. Learning a language is a gradual process. Sometimes you learn by repeating words. Sometimes you learn by listening many times. Sometimes you learn by speaking and making mistakes.
And making mistakes is completely normal. In fact, mistakes are one of the best teachers. Every mistake shows you something new. Every mistake helps you improve. So do not be afraid to speak. Do not be afraid to try.
Confidence grows with practice. The more you listen and speak, the more natural English will feel. Soon you will notice something interesting. You will start thinking in English. You will start understanding conversations faster.
And one day, you will listen to a podcast like this and realize you understand everything.
That moment is always very exciting for learners. It shows that your hard work has paid off.
So keep going. Keep listening. Keep learning. Keep growing.
Thank you for listening to our podcast today. Keep learning. Keep practicing. And keep exploring the amazing world of English. See you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.
See you, everyone. Love you all. Goodbye.